There's one thing that I've come to learn, become learn of something, and that is you cannot find a perfect person in life. When you start saying that, nah, she's not the right one or he's not the right one, you dump him, you pick him, not apply, you dump him, you pick him, not apply, and you will keep finding flaws in every single people that you get into a relationship with, and that's the fact. When you start learning to settle down and have that picture in your mind now, you create the picture in your mind, you need to say, okay, as of now on, this is the type of relationship that I want to have. This is the type of relationship. When you have that standard, you set him now. Don't go looking for the person that fits it. You build the person you will to help them fit into that picture of a relationship that you want. That means that comes with sacrifice. That means that you will have to come to put up with flaws. Be willing to engage in change, making little changes as you go. And it comes with those little sacrifices, but at the end of the day, you will build that relationship. You will build this relationship to the point where you wanted it to be. So what if you get to have that picture in your mind of the type of relationship you want to have, how you will react and do things? When you have that clear picture in your mind, you help that person to grow into it, and that may you when you start building into it, you start making those little necessary changes. You feel like you own that relationship, and make you also you have you feel more proud of it that you have come together. You can come together this far because you help each other grow into that kind of relationship both of you want to be. And so it's not about going into a relationship now with that ego also. This is who I am, this is what I want to be. You cannot fit into it, I'm dumping you. That is a very toxic way of getting into a relationship, because by the end of the day, then you come to realize him, you will settle for an emergency plan. And emergency plans are, you know what I mean. I'm sorry, it goes into rough waters. So be sure to have that in mind. Like you got this guy in mind. Whoever you are with there, you help them, you build into it. But the other catch is that it only works for two people who want to take that extra mile to make those necessary changes. It doesn't work with everyone else. The particular person you stop on them, Emma's got that same mindset too. Or if Em no got, Em should got this willingness to learn. Time Em got this willingness to learn and submit, it would be you would be better off creating that relationship together. I suppose this the person where you stop on them, Em no got this tendency to submit and to be able to accept changes as you go. You will find it hard to make those changes. And so the other little thing I mean, like putting out is this. When I wanted to get into a relationship now, I had a picture of how I wanted to be, and I know there are certain people that you may come to admire. There are certain couples that you may come to admire in within your family or your friends, and you get to admire those couples. And this is how it works. You first of all have a picture in your mind, and then you start painting it. When you start painting that picture and you slowly add and subtract into that vision of what you have in your mind, then you paint him good through, you create him. People come and will talk saying, oh, we admire this relationship. It didn't just come just like that. People put time and effort into making it work. So no can sit down at all. You are creating a characteristic that when you get into marriage, when you finally settle into marriage and it doesn't work, you will definitely have that tendency to lose him and that is something that you need to build. You need to build that stamina to go beyond all those uncomfortable miles to help build that relationship. And once you get to go over that, and you help building and create a stronger foundation, because you will have a lot to reflect on and be thankful that you have helped each other grow. The time you can put a mark inside lo life play you know, make a mark inside of life play by helping to change. Make a mark inside of life play by accepting change and make him change. Both of you won't have anything to hold on to, because it's about having that significant part of you in them and them in you. And that helps hold on to that relationship. Okay, it's not about usat no got heavy na problem, I'm no got all this all issues. It's about whose flaws you get to accept. It's not about not having a flaws. It's not about being perfect. It's about usat on mistake belongam you get to accept. You know, so you think for someone to come into a relationship with you, must come to accept him or say you have done some mistakes in your life as well. Same thing, you must also get to accept that he or she has her own mistakes, and along the way it will come into effect where you will come to cross path with those mistakes, and you must be able to accept them, get over them, and build from there on. Time you look na you start dito ko sa mga mistake yan, basta sa mga kayo, that's humiliation, that's me ko pa yung narapla. It's like you starting all over again, and life doesn't wait for you. Okay, your ears doesn't wait for you. You need to get out of all this also prosperity gospel kind of way of thinking, where you know the new generation kind of way of thinking. These are fake ways of living life. It will get you through, but it is not going to make your life significant. It's not going to make your life significant. We're living in a time where every little thing shapes the way you do things, and you think as long as I'm doing this and that, I'm okay. I don't need to go do that. I don't need to listen to this person or that person. These are very ignorant ways of living that this generation has come to form, and it's a very dangerous way to live life. You continue to help each other, you build that perfect picture that one day people will also come to say that I love that picture. The biggest factor that keeps that relationship going is having God in the center. Above all, Big Man now is the one that has that true love. You want to learn the art of true love. That is, you need to have this person in your life, Jesus. You need to look at Big Man inside your life. That you got this guy inside your life. All these other things They come into contact with you. And there's something where me come understand him also. Plenty months ago ko say like it's mera enough with you, mera money enough with you, and you will have friends telling you that, you will have family telling you that. All these people, they will come to tell you that. But the question you need to ask yourself is, do you believe in that relationship? Do you believe that it will work? Do you see something in that particular person? And if you do believe that it will work, then put time and effort into it to prove them wrong. And it works all the time. Put time and effort in that. They have to be willing to prove people wrong. The time they are willing to prove people wrong, you will shut all these trash talkers out there, but you shut them all down by proving them wrong, setting up times where you'd work on these little behaviors. Be honest with addressing each other's failures. And you can walk with this light, and you will come to build a good relationship where people will come to admire. Another point to me, bring them across, and for you to understand that happiness is defined differently. The person you choose that made you happy may not be like the person I choose that made me happy. You need to respect when someone says that. As you told them, okay, you choose to stop on this particular person, or you choose to start on this particular person. It's because I'm fit into that aspect, that spectrum of happiness. You come looking for something, and he or she brings out the happiness in you. And if he or she brings out that happiness in you, it works for you. Okay. If she is bringing out the happiness in me, then it works for me. So all this thing about you should talk about whenever you can't entirely come to define and find that perfect one, but you need to help make it work. And when you do make it work, it becomes admirable.